Door doesn't fit. About as good as I can get it. It needs to go up. Up. Oh. There you guys are. And I sure appreciate you coming by, but man, what are some bells or something? So this door doesn't fit. 1955 door, 1957 Chevy 210, converted to a two-door. I wonder why it doesn't fit. Well, I think we're gonna have to do some crafty things here in the hinge area, do some repairs and get this door to go up and in at the top without using a hammer much. Let me get you in here and show you what's going on. So, it's not bad here, but you can tell the door is out at the top, but you can really tell right here. Now the whole thing needs to go up by this, and by looking at this, we'll get that trim off and we'll be able to go by it a little bit better. And it's very, very tight, almost overlapping the rocker panel. All this needs work, I get it. It's all junk, but this door will not go in at the top anymore and it won't go any higher. So I think the best bet, get the fender off. It's only got one bolt and a 2x4 holding it on there. Get the door off, gut it, get everything out of it so it's lighter, and then we're gonna make some repairs. I got holes stripped out in the door mounting side of it, the side of the body where the hinge mounts in. It's okay, but I need some more wiki woos, more, you know, and then hinge pins and stuff. So let's get this door off, get the fender off, see what we can figure out. We'll make this door fit one way or another. Okay, couple issues. First of all, the door rubs right here. Now I could have this cattywampus or in the wrong place. I can always cut this and dive it in, put a patch. I don't care to do that, but I want to make sure the door's up where it needs to be, and I assume that it's not going to touch that once it's where it should be. Of course, like I said, it's rubbing right down here. So keep in mind, that's not been changed. That's not been changed, and that hasn't been changed. So the door has to fit to that. If I can get the door to fit up here and down here, we can move all this stuff. I don't care to cut and weld and move, because this is from a different car. That's the original car. This is the red body that I had that I parted out, and the doors, oh, right here. There's some slop in there too that could let the door hang down. Of course, here's the adjusters. I can tell that I beat the crap out of this, cleaned it up, trying to get this to come out as far as it could to get the door to tip. So we're going to take these hinges out, fix the pins. The bottom one ain't so bad. And clean all this up and see what we can do to maybe give us a little bit more adjustment room if it's going to be necessary. We'll see. And look at this thing. This is screaming 1970s. I believe it was blue. The door was painted sort of a dark green, bluish color, but then, or I think it's just dark green. But then the original color is right there. So what these have, if you don't know, little plates. They move around in there. There's your adjustment, right? Problem is, I think I got one hole here and one hole on top that still has threads in it. Of course, they use the fine thread, and fine thread is great. The reason they use it, I believe, my opinion, again, holds its torque better. Fine thread holds its torque better. So if you put these in once or twice, great. If you do it 4 or 5 times, like I've already done 4 or 5 times, there's just nothing left of the threads. So I need to get it tore apart, get it de-gutted so it's half as heavy. It has glass, it has all the stuff in it. The other door was empty, and they were that way when I got them. Get everything out of this door and see if I can't get those plates out and fix them somehow or another. I don't know. It's a great candidate for sandblasting, but we're not gonna do that just yet. This door is actually not in bad shape. The bottom, of course, it's had some rust through on it, but it's been drug around on barn floors, and it was a pair of these were in a shed, some old guy's shed, and he sold them for $100. So they've been beat around, stored for more than they've been on a car probably, and it's of course fixable, but we'll deal with all that later. I just want to make sure major body parts fit. Let me get this 70s stuff off.
I killed a snake. I killed a snake. I didn't want to, but he just looked so damn creepy. I killed a snake. I killed a snake. With a puff of air from a gun that shoots pellets and BB. He was hanging out in my tree, and he scared the bejeebers out of me, so I killed a snake. I killed a snake. I know a squirrel. I killed a snake. He used to live in the cage on the back porch of my house. I know a squirrel. I killed a snake. Yeah, we raised him up from when he weren't no bigger than a mouse. One day we set him free. Now he lives up in the tree where I killed the snake. I killed the snake. There ain't too many critters I don't take a liking to, but I think snakes ought to stay put on the ground. How about you? So I killed the snake. I killed the snake. Well, he was 4 feet long, as big around as a tailpipe. I killed the snake. I killed the snake. 'Cause when it comes to snakes up in trees, there's only one good type. I would've liked to have let him be, but he scared the you-know-what out of me, so I killed the snake. I killed the snake. I killed the snake. I killed the snake.
Those are so corroded on there. Just use a little tool, goes in there, slides in, and bloop, pops that thing out. And I could get in and get them out, but I couldn't get them off the shafts because they were so rusted and corroded, but they're usable. We'll hold on to these. I don't know if I think I have a set. I don't remember. I got to dig through boxes and boxes of parts that I've gathered over the, few years. Here's our original. It didn't help that there's shag carpeting on here. Hold on, let me get that. We want to check this out. Original door panel, 1955. I'm assuming. And there you go. It appears that it's been painted. You can see the green. So somebody's painted this black or blue. It's hard to tell. And there's a piece of trim. That piece of trim might be handy for somebody. I don't know about the rest of it, but anyhow, we can mess with this later. I don't know if it's just trash or somebody could use that. I won't use it. Oh, this will be fun to take apart. Wow. Still have the dum-dum on all the bolts. Okay. Yeah, not usable. It appears to be the original though. You guys tell me. All my parts are going in this box. Like these little plates. Like the other door doesn't have them, I believe. So I can make new ones easily enough out of some 18 gauge steel, but it's nice to keep these handy, knowing what they're for, use them as a pattern, make new ones. All my screws, even though if they're rotten, I want to know what to replace them with, right? A lot of this hardware is in super good shape, believe it or not. The dum-dum is still pliable, you know, that covered all the hardware. So I've got the glass is loose from the regulator. It just was. I didn't do anything. I'm trying to get the wing window out. I can get the glass out. Then the regulator's probably got a couple bolts, and I'll probably just take it on out. The other door has the regulator, but the glass has been busted. It's got the wing window. This wing window is fair. I think I got one bolt. And the wing window should come out. This is the fun stuff here. Got a screw, one last screw that wouldn't come out. Can't get to it. Used every drill bit. Easy out. It's funny when it's soft enough, it won't hold a screwdriver. But it's hard enough, you can't find a drill bit that'll drill it. And finally got it loose enough. Use this little screwdriver. I can tap it around. Well, finally, there's that. It's a usable wing window, I suppose. Even if I do replace the glass, I don't know. That was that screw. And that screw goes right in there. You know, dumb stuff. Regulator, I think the regulator's usable. This is supposed to be spot welded on that right there, and that's why it was just loose. So I think that could be repaired if I choose to do so. So we'll hold on to it. Little wing window regulator. It appears to be usable. I can clean it up, lube it up, and it'll probably work just fine. So we're gonna save all that. Yeah, anything to save me $5 a part. Now, oh, I found treasures. When's the last time you saw one of those? Inside the door. There's mouse houses and little chunks of glass, so I need to get that all cleaned out of there best I can. Then we need to figure out how to get these out so we can fix them, make them more better. Cleaning out the mouse house, and I'm glad I didn't just grab the vacuum because I just saw something. Check this out. I just saw a glimpse and I stopped. I don't know where it went. Where'd it go? Look at that. That I believe is I believe that's a $50. Looks like it. 1969. Check that out. Man, if I was metal detecting, I'd be like, ooh. I don't know. This could be silver. Maybe not. You coin guys could tell me. In 1969, I believe that's can't tell. I believe that's a $50. 50-cent piece. There you go. Here's what I did. We got threads in them now. But instead of, like I said, most of them just had no threads left at all. But I went ahead and went with the 5/16 18 pitch, which is the same hardware as that right there, just normal hardware, not fine thread. Did all 6 of them. That way, now there's some thread there. If something doesn't want to tighten up real good, all I got to do is reach up through this hole and I can put nuts on the backside, crank them down. Then once the final setting, the doors are finally done, I can take those nuts on the backside or even these bolts and then use that blue medium strength Loctite to keep them from backing out, or put nuts on the backside, double nut them, they'll be good. So best I can tell, this is going to be ready to go. You can't get those inserts out. There's a plate that goes on top and it's spot welded around it. It allows them to float. Well, I'm not going to be able to do nothing with it. If I was putting a skin on the door, that'd be the time to do that, which, watch down the road, I'll end up putting a skin on this door or another door. I don't know. This door is not that bad a shape, really. It looks worse than it really is. Now, let's go ahead and get these hinges out. See if we can fix the, couple problems. Got the hinges out. Like here on the bottom one that I've got cleaned up, when I had previous done this, it can go up, right? This one, if I'd have bothered cleaning that up and getting this stuff out of here, see, it still won't go up. So I'm gonna have to dig all that seam sealer out of there and get that to move up. I think that's part of the problem where I couldn't get it to go up high enough. The other problem, I actually tapped that in a little bit. So, this slop in the door and all that, that's, and the things that squeak all the time, right here. So we'll get those lubed up. Let me get these apart and see if I've got pins and things to fix it, right? Even if I have to spot weld, I can put a little spot weld on a, keep it from coming out. But all right, we take them apart. So you know how these come apart. Most of you guys will know. Tap this with a hammer, it'll pop it loose from that knurl, which is right there, right? And just knock it through the rest of the way with a screwdriver. Then on the inside, we got bushings. I don't have enough bushings to do both hinges, but I do have 2 that are correct. So probably what I'm going to do, I have these marked for upper hinge. The other ones are marked down for lower hinge. On the upper side of each one, I'm going to put a new bushing in. The pin, it's not really worn. It just came out of the knurl. So what I'm going to do is put these together enough that I get the door on and know that I don't have a problem with slapping the door, right? They do sell kits for these hinges, and of course the driver's side is probably going to be worse, I would imagine, than the passenger side. So I'll get all the kits. This door will be off 13 times, so it's not a big deal to go ahead and take it all back apart and put the whole kit in, right? So I'm not going to decide whether I want to paint these or not. Doesn't matter anyway. I'm going to take it out and rebuild them again. Nah, let's just put it back together. Hinges in. Now I lubed these, greased them up really good. They're still noisy, but they're better than they were. So I've got them adjusted up, cleaned up all that stuff out of there, so you can pull this actually all the way out, so you can see where it was. More down here, it was just so glued in there. I think that's what my whole problem was. If I can get this thing to go up and in, and even if I have to take this back apart and mess with it so the top of the door goes in, we'll just kind of see where it goes. That one's the same way. So, all this stuff's fixable later. I want to make sure this is right. Okay, this is the major addition, right? So if I've got to move this, I'd rather know now than to start doing stuff and go, oh, oops. So let me get this door on here, over there, and it should be a lot lighter now too. All right, before we get this door put on, I'm about set up. I'll give you MGA guys quick update. I ain't forgot about it, still here. still here. Got all the floorboards in. This is the toe board for the driver's side. I can't put that in until I put the steering column in because it covers the bolts. Well, I can't put the steering column in until I put this in. I've been double checking all my electricals and I don't have headlights yet, so I've got to do that. I don't have tail lights. The reason I don't have I have tail lights, but I've got to paint these. Yeah, you know, they need cleaned up, finished cleaning up. That's a dried up stripper on them, so it'll come off. But I'm not going to paint these. Well, they're going to get painted. It's just not going to be by me. I have a highly regarded, world famous painter that I've been a fan of since a kid. And he's going to come by and do his thing on these. He's happy to do it. So hopefully that'll happen next weekend. Next week we'll have these painted by, I'm not going to spoil the surprise. In case something happens, he doesn't make it. Let's get this door on, ready to go. Door's on. Still not right. I did move this back because when I put all this on here, I used a ratchet strap on the inside from the inside there to over there and pulled it so that my door gap was good, which it is right now. But what happened is it took this whole inside and pulled it this way, and so then I welded it in, then it's too close. So the door wouldn't shut because it was rubbing the door right there. Now I got a good gap through there because I had to cut that. So I just cut me a slice here, cut on the inside here, took a piece of wood and a big hammer and just knocked it back. It's more square. That's fixable. I'm not worried about it. I was figuring I'd have to do something like that. So I got a good gap on top. Good gap here. Along the bottom. Got a pretty good gap. The door could actually go up a little bit more, but the body line is going to line up pretty good right here. The problem I'm having is that right there. So it goes and goes and goes, and right about the middle of the door, it's right about where it needs to be. Then as you go down, the door goes in. So this door is out at the top. And because right now it's touching down on the inside here because it's in too far. It's just in too far. So I need the top of this door to go that way. Now if it was off a little bit, I wouldn't mind cutting the door frame and just a tiny bit, but I can't go that far. So what I might do, loosen all these up down there and there, just loosen up to where it'll hold the door, and then I'm hoping that I can push it and pry it and it moves where it needs to move. I don't know. Otherwise we're wallering holes out up here like I was thinking I was going to have to do to start with. Well, I've got it about 80%, and I know this door on the bottom of course needs a lot of work, but I'm kind of going by the middle of the door skin around through here. I think I've got, with the door shut and latched, it would probably be pretty good. It's pretty close right there. I got weather strip and bumpers that are real hard, and they're doing their job. So I think I'm just going to give it a little bit of a love twist. Block of wood. I'll put her right where the latch would be, up against my door jamb. This door could have a little twist to it. It's, you know, it's what, 70 years old? You gotta be kind of careful that you don't break things right here. Ask me how I know. Yeah, this old door gonna take some work. Anyway, I mean that just the littlest bit, man. Just a little bit. That's probably going to be it right there. Now, no doubt, this all's been welded in, but it's all tangent from where the original was. The same gap right along through here is the same down here. Hey, you look like Scuba Steve.
That's because I am Scuba Steve.
Oh, you are Scuba Steve. Okay.
Hi, YouTube.
Well, what do you think of that?
What are you doing?
Making this door fit.
It's like it fits pretty good.
Well, it's out here.
Yeah,
see?
I say it looks good down here, but
yeah,
just had a little spot right there. I'm just glad you're on 57 again.
Yeah, well, I am too. I need a little break, but we'll get back on that next week.
Oh, the floor then.
Yep.
That just wood?
Yep, just wood. It's still a little proud right there, but I think it'll be just fine. Ain't nothing a little Duraglass wouldn't fix anyway. Yep. Still got rubber, old weather strip and bumpers. You know. I'll have to fix that and that. It's alright. Say bye. Well, to answer the question, will a 55 Chevy door fit on a 57 converted from a 4-door to a 2-door? The answer is yes. Am I being picky? A little bit. For the kind of car it's going to be, it's probably not a big deal, but I like it to look clean and straight, right? Once we get our latch on there, it's going to close up just right. Now I know we can finish up what we got to do through here. And next time we'll fix that fender. It's wadded up. It's got no rust on it, but it's twisted really bad. But we'll figure it out. So listen, things don't go like you always think sometimes. And these old rusty cars, they're tough to just get them apart and get things back together. But I sure enjoyed working on the Chevy. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. We'll be back on the MGA next weekend. We got a special guest coming to paint those taillight housings. Don't forget. And, you know, we'll go on, keep on fixing stuff. That's what we do here, huh? Remember, if this is easy, everybody be doing it. Peace. We'll see you guys on the next one.